This is a demonstration how to replace your FSR and pads. I'm working with a 2-octave, which is an express, and if you look inside, this is without sounds, so depending on what you have, and this is a with sounds one. You have your soundboards in the middle, and all the jacks attached, so this is going to be more trickier to work with, but I'll show you the easy way to do it. Sounds, you got to make sure that you mark your locations where the jacks plug into. So put like a number on them, or put a little mark on the cable so you know where they go. As you can see now, I'm working with a different unit, so I can show you if it was a with sounds, because it has all the jacks inside. As you can see, there's no boards there. I removed the boards. And the jacks, these at the bottom, they can stay. You don't have to touch these at the bottom. The only 2 or the 4 sets of jacks that you have on top, remove those because the FSR is right underneath. So you want to take these out, but mark your locations so you don't put them in the wrong place. And then the next step is there's duct tape covering your cables. As you can see, I replaced these already so I can show you the difference. Replace the duct tape, or take the duct tape out. There's duct tape at the tails, holding the tails down, so remove that too, so it's easy for you to take the FSR out. Take that out. Unplug your FSR from your jack. Unplug it. It'll be easier to take it from the other side, as you can see. And then you will take these jacks off the board too, just the FSR ones. You don't have to touch the board at all. But if you're replacing the FSR, just take the FSR out from the board. And then do the same thing, take the tape out, take the tape out, and you'll be able to take it out easier on the other side. Your tails on the inside, turn your unit over, and this will look like this. You grab a hold of your FSR, like on the corners here, and you peel away. Hold it and peel away. But make sure when you do that, after you take your FSR out, make sure that the metal is nice and clean. There's no adhesive at all. We use Glue Gun, which is an adhesive releaser that you leave on for a couple of minutes, and then you just do it with a scraper, clean it out, and then go afterwards with alcohol to take the residue off. And it should be nice and clean, nothing on the metal, so then you're ready to install your FSR. Okay, as you can see, my unit is nice and clean. After taking the adhesive out and removing the pads and cleaning it, it's nice and clean. Make sure that there's nothing on it, and you're ready to install your FSR. So the thing that you got to make note is that if you have a 2-octave, you have to look at the numbers and the labels on the pads. This will be like a split. You'll have hang note on top in the middle here, and all notes off at the bottom. So you'll just install it the way it is. But if you have a 3-octave, this would eventually be over here with the all notes off and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So let me install the master. This is what you want to install first. You do the master, which you peel away the release paper. If you want to do just little by little, that's fine. Just, remove it. Make sure that you remove everything from the back. And you want to hold your cables. Make sure you be careful with them. Don't pull on them too tight. Hold on to them. And you're going to feed them through the holes, just like that. Feed them through the holes. There's 2 little ones, and there's the big one. Now you hold your FSR up like that, and you kind of feed it nice and easy, so you don't bend or pull creases on the FSR. The next thing you want to do is center on your window, and make sure that it's nice and centered on the metal also. You don't want it to overlap or be crooked on. So as soon as you do that, center it, press it down, and you go on the inside and you pull on your cable. So it's nice and straight, no creases, and then you just press on your pad so there's no air bubbles underneath or the FSR. Just press on them. Next one, do the same thing. Peel away. Peel away. Hold your cable again. Feed it through. Same thing. Make sure there's no creases, and now you want to leave like a little space in between the FSRs so they're not close together. And feed it through. Again, go underneath, pull your cables, make sure that they're nice and straight, and press on the pads. No air bubbles. Then your pads are gonna be triggering if there's air underneath. Flatten it out. Okay, your FSR is installed. Turn it over. And like I showed you before, if you have the with sounds, you're going to install the boards the same way and plug everything in the same way. So now you have to plug in your FSR cable onto the boards. Make sure they're all plugged in. And these, like I said, you don't have to remove anything out of the board. Only if you change in the master that you unplug the FSR. So it looks like that. And then this one, you're going to turn it over to make sure that the blue goes this way. Plug it in like upside down. And this is a little tight, so you're going to loosen the cable so it's nice and flat. But before you do that, I forgot my duct tape. Working with a lot of duct tape. That's what we use. So you're going to put duct tape on your cables. This will help hold it in place. Plug it back into the board. Put another piece, and so on. Keep going. Plug it in. And these right here. And this one. After you do that, you're going to do the same thing on top. So you're going to hold it with duct tape. This will keep it nice and secure in there. Like I showed you before, put one underneath that will hold the FSR, and this on top to hold the cable. So, it's depending on you, how much you want to put in there. Do the same thing to this one. Things are a little off. So you want to do the same thing. Release this here. So it's nice and flat. You're going to do the same thing. Press on it. Put that tape on top. And then, like I said, if there's no sounds, it's easier because you're going to just remove the foam and locate your FSR cables underneath. If it's a with sounds, then you're going to have to remove the jack or the boards, and then you're going to have to replace them. But make sure, because there's a lot of jacks, that you number them or keep track of where they go. And the only two things that, like I showed you, have to replace or take out is these two jacks. Make sure you put them back in after you install your FSR. Tighten them back and install them in the board. That's about it. After you do all of that, before you put your back on, turn it over, put your power on, plug it in, test all your pads, see that the FSR plays really nice. If you like it, put your back on and you're ready to go.